Some mornings, opening the closet feels like staring into an impossible puzzle. The same clothes that felt fine yesterday suddenly feel wrong. Too tight, too loose, too much, not enough. Nothing fits the version of yourself that woke up today. It's not about the clothes, is it? It's about the woman wearing them. There are days when getting dressed feels effortless. Grab, wear, go. And then there are the other days. The days when every piece of clothing becomes a question. Does this make me look okay? Will people notice? Do I feel like myself in this, or am I pretending to be someone else? The mirror stops being helpful and starts being harsh. The body stops feeling like home and starts feeling like a problem to solve. If this sounds familiar, if there's a part of you nodding right now, then what we're about to talk about might change how you see those hard mornings forever. Because they're not really about getting dressed at all. Here's what's really happening in those closet moments. Decision fatigue meets identity crisis, wrapped up in the daily pressure to look put together. Every morning, we're not just choosing clothes. We're choosing how to present ourselves to the world. Professional me, casual me, confident me, trying to feel okay me. Each outfit is a different version of who we think we need to be that day. But some days, none of those versions feel right. Some days, we wake up feeling disconnected from all the roles we usually play. The work clothes feel like a costume. The comfortable clothes feel sloppy. Everything feels like it belongs to someone else. This is when getting dressed becomes overwhelming, because we're not just choosing what to wear. We're trying to figure out who to be. And here's the thing. We've been taught that loving ourselves means accepting our bodies no matter what. Light the candles, take the bath, say nice things to the mirror. But what happens when the bath ends and you still feel disconnected from your reflection? What happens when self-love starts feeling like another job you're not doing well enough? The real question isn't whether we love our bodies. It's whether we actually like who we are when nobody else is watching. There's a difference between loving yourself and liking yourself, and most of us have never been taught to think about it. Self-love has become this big, beautiful concept. It's goals and affirmations and treating yourself like you would treat your best friend. But liking yourself, that's quieter, simpler. Liking yourself is what happens when you're alone with your thoughts and you don't immediately want to escape them. The woman who likes herself doesn't stand paralyzed in front of her closet because she's not at war with her reflection. She's not constantly monitoring how she looks, how others might see her, whether she's doing it right. She just gets dressed. But most of us learned early to split ourselves in two. The person living life and the person watching that person live. The observer and the observed. We learn to see ourselves from the outside, to constantly check how we're doing, how we look, whether we're measuring up. This creates a weird kind of loneliness, never being fully alone with yourself because there's always this internal critic taking notes, always a voice in your head commenting on your choices, your appearance, your worth. Getting dressed becomes complicated because it's the moment each day when this internal observer gets loud. The closet becomes a stage, and every outfit is a performance being judged before it even begins. Think about it. When did choosing what to wear become so loaded? When did putting on clothes become about anything other than comfort, weather, and personal taste? Somewhere along the way, getting dressed became about managing other people's opinions. About looking the right kind of professional, the right kind of attractive, the right kind of put together. About hiding the parts of ourselves we've been taught are too much or not enough. The clothes in the closet aren't just clothes anymore. They're solutions to problems we've been told our bodies create. Too curvy, not curvy enough. Too tall, too short. Too visible, not visible enough. Every piece of clothing becomes a negotiation with insecurities we didn't even know we had. This is exhausting. It turns the simple act of getting dressed into an emotional obstacle course. No wonder some mornings feel impossible. But here's what's really happening. The part of you that feels disconnected in the closet is the same part that's been taught to constantly monitor and adjust and perform. The part that's been split off from the you who just wants to exist comfortably in your own skin. When getting dressed feels hard, it's usually because you're trying to dress for the observer, the internal voice that's always watching and judging. You're trying to choose clothes that will satisfy a critic who can never really be satisfied, because criticism was never meant to be the foundation of self-relationship. That internal observer learned its job somewhere. Maybe from family who commented on appearance, from peers who made comparisons, from a culture that profits from women feeling not quite right as they are. But that observer isn't you. It's just a voice you learn to listen to. Underneath that voice, underneath all the monitoring and judging and trying to get it right, there's a simpler version of you. The you who knows what feels comfortable, what brings joy, what serves the day ahead without drama or story. This version of you doesn't disappear when you open the closet. She just gets quieter under all the noise of learned self-consciousness. The breakthrough isn't learning to love your body more. It's learning to listen to that internal observer less. When that critical voice gets quieter, getting dressed becomes effortless again. Not because your body changed, but because you stopped treating it like a problem that needed solving. Liking yourself means the running commentary in your head gets turned down. The mirror stops being an interrogation and becomes just a reflection. Getting dressed stops being a daily audition for approval and becomes a simple, practical choice. This isn't about body positivity or self-love mantras. This is about something more basic. Remembering what it feels like to exist in your body without constantly watching yourself exist in it. When you're not at war with your reflection, choices become easier. This feels good, this doesn't. This serves how I want to move through my day, this doesn't. This feels like me. This feels like I'm pretending to be someone else. The woman who likes herself doesn't spend 20 minutes in front of the closet because she's not trying to dress the internal critic. She's just getting dressed for herself. The self who has places to go and things to do and wants to feel comfortable doing them. It's not that she loves everything about her body or thinks she looks perfect in everything. It's that she's not having a relationship with her appearance. She's having a relationship with herself. And when you like yourself, getting dressed is just getting dressed. Maybe those hard mornings aren't about clothes at all. Maybe they're about the difference between living in your body and watching yourself live in your body. Maybe the solution isn't finding the perfect outfit or learning to love your reflection more. Maybe it's just turning down the volume on that internal observer who learned to make everything complicated. Tomorrow morning when you open the closet, notice if that critical voice starts up. Notice if you're trying to dress for the observer or for yourself. Notice the difference between choosing clothes and auditioning for approval. The clothes will be the same either way. But the woman wearing them, the one who exists underneath all the watching and judging and trying to get it right, she might feel different. She might feel like herself again. Simple, uncomplicated, ready to get dressed and get on with her day. And maybe that's what healing really looks like. Not learning to love what you see in the mirror, but remembering what it feels like to simply be the person looking. Getting dressed can be just getting dressed again. Nothing more, nothing less. Just you, choosing what feels good, what serves your day, what honors both comfort and expression without the weight of judgment. The closet is just a closet. The clothes are just clothes. The morning is just a morning. And you're just you. And that's been enough all along.